Alright, so we're going to start with our pre-landing checklist for the water. That's as simple as turn your bilge pump on. Put your landing light in the pulse position, that's the middle one.
Okay.
And then you verify that it says gear up and you got the blue light on here.
Gear is up.
Alright, our water landing checklist is complete. So we do have some real thin fog over the water.
Yep.
Means we're just going to be careful about where we find the work, but there's going to be plenty of area down here that we'll find with a bunch of water. To begin with, we've got the water just south of Hales Ford. We've got these 3 fingers in the river, and it looks like as we get closer to the dam, that all opens up. All right, so if you want, I'm going to do the first couple for you and show you what I'm doing, talk you through it, and then we'll have you landing on the water by yourself before you know it.
You gotta be kidding me.
All right, my controls.
Oh, your control.
Like you said earlier, everything speed is about 60 knots in this airplane. When we're just cruising around above the water, somewhere in the range of 4,000 to 4,300 RPM is about right. And on our descent profile in that 3,000 to 3,300 will give you a good steep descent path that you want and 60 knots. The main thing though is just being stabilized approach. It's like a soft field landing where we get down, we find ground effect, and we hang out in that for just a moment. We bump back the throttle, reduce the power just a pinch, and the airplane will set on the water. Gotcha. We're not trying to flare in and touch the mains like we do on land. We're just going to come in at a nice level, flat. Yeah, just like we're on step in a boat, because that's what we're going to be.
Sounds like kind of a no flapper.
Yeah.
Now, after you touch the water, you just keep back pressure, or you're just letting it do its thing?
We're gonna, on step, we're still flying. So we want to use ailerons as required to keep our sponsons out of the water, keep our wings level.
Yeah.
And the rudders will make you, steer as you imagine. Because of the propeller above us, as we add power, the nose naturally wants to go down. So on the water, when we're adding power to accelerate, we're gonna pull back on the stick enough to stay level, stay where we want. Of course, the big gotcha on Seaplane is wake from boats, right, or big waves. So down here, we are watching out for all the obstacles you would imagine, but a hidden wake is the one we're really looking for.
Well, calm morning in the water.
Yeah, beautiful. With just enough little surface wind to make it easy to see the surface, because a glassy water landing is interesting. And hopefully we can find a spot down here to show you one. No boats, no obstacles, no fishermen. We're going to do our first landing just beyond the bridge there, and we've got plenty of room to climb back up. I think that fog mostly tracks the shoreland, or the shore, so we should have plenty of open space over the water.
So you're coming down to 60. You said it was 60-ish for pretty much everything?
So I set the power to between 3,000 and 3,300, doing that mostly by sound. I'm setting my pitch attitude that I know we're going to descend at about 60 knots here. There's Hello Goose. Yeah, that's a fair fight. And I'm just feeling for that ground effect to start here. There it is. I want to be about 2 feet off the water. I'm just going to bump the power back and let us sink onto the surface. We're on the water.
There it is.
Now we can power up just enough to stay on step. You feel how I'm using the ailerons to keep our wings level, and I'm steering with my feet. All right, now we're going to power up, and you can feel I pull back just a little bit as I power up. And just like taking off, we just pop that little pitch up, and it'll fly when it's ready. throttle back to like 4,300, 4,200. Just fly around, all right? Your controls, I'm gonna let go here for a minute.
Okay, my controls.
And you just fly us down the center of the channel, just
Very easy enough. Alright, I'll start with a little right.
just keep out sort of over the middle as best we can.
See about there,
Yeah,
sort of.
looking good, looking good. We'll fly on down, look for some clear water areas to work in.
Oh, this is certainly unique.
Yeah, it's different, right?
Yeah. There's left bend coming.
Yep.
Oh, she responds to. So a lot of times, if I feel a tail, like fishtailing at all, like I'll actually pressurize both rudder pedals a little bit.
So this has like a spring-loaded pulley.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yep. So it'll let you put some tension on there. Try not to cram your feet through the floor.
Yeah, just like a little bit.
Yep.
Kind of chills out.
Yeah, so you can see the channel open up there towards the left. You just follow that. All right, so we're about to come up on a pretty good hairpin.
Yep.
Over there is where we're going. So just be,
A little bit wide.
Yep, wide, add power if you need to. This airplane stalls around 30-some knots, so we have plenty of airspeed.
All right.
But we're not going to do any
Right about
super steep turns here.
here. Start coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's plenty. Plop down the water down there. You see it?
Yeah, you'll see the fish bubbling up and jumping, and then there's a bunch of sort of diving birds down here too. All right, and as you continue that right turn, all right, we're gonna not overfly that boat. Yeah, we'll go behind them. Yeah, this is good. And then you see that orange channel marker over here to your left? Yep. We'll take a left, and that'll open up into the bigger channel. We'll go down the left side of this, and that keeps us from being under the little puffy shore cloud here. All right, so let's do another splash and go here. We got plenty of room in front of us, no boats. Be on this one with me.
Okay, you got it.
Yep, we're just gonna reduce our throttle to about 3,100, 3,200. It feels right. Pick a point out in front of you as a reference for the surface. And we're just coming on down at about 60 knots. We know ground effect's coming up. We're feeling for it. There it is. Reduce the throttle just a pinch, and we're on.
And then he's throttle up. Feel the back
Throttle up.
pressure coming.
Yeah. And it'll lift off when it's ready. All right, your controls.
My controls.
All right, we got some ducks over here, so let's go right. Yeah.
Throttle back.
You can throttle back. It's somewhere around 4,000, 4,300. It's pretty good for cruising around. Yeah, right here. Let's try this. That'll cruise us around about 70 knots.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so let's go over and try the bigger part of the lake first. So just
So towards the right or towards
straight ahead.
Gotcha.
You can see on your map here, it sort of splits in a big way. So come left to about 200, just down. Yeah, there you go.
I gotcha.
And then as we go, you'll see the lake open up to the right. And we'll take that right.
Did you do the check ride in this one?
Yep.
You want to go that way?
It's actually a little bit farther. Yeah.
Oh, the next group. Aha.
And you can see by the water that there's more wind over here.
Yeah.
So we'll expect a few bumps, but just based on looking at the fog, it's going to be pretty smooth. Yeah, so let's go up that channel.
Can we go this
Yep.
one? All right.
And then you'll see it open up. There you go. There's a little island out there in the distance now.
Yeah.
And aim just for the left side of that island. We'll go by it to the left.
There, shot it. Do it. Airspeed's good.
We got people on the kayak taking their picture. Good morning, people. Okay, so you want to do a water landing here?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Good. We got no boats coming up.
All right, so kind of right in between.
Yeah, you can see where I guess a boat went by. There's a
Yep.
sort of old wake there.
Okay.
Yeah, just put it down on that.
All right. So throttle back to whatever it was.
Yeah, about 3,100, 3,200 is working this morning.
All right, cool. Go back on more. Picking a point. There.
Yeah.
On the stack.
And then just try to fly about 2 feet over the water
There it
as
is.
you feel your energy bleed off. And now, yeah, power out just a pinch. Whoa. Dude, that was great. All right,
And
so
then as I power
throttle up
up,
a bit. Yeah,
starting the back pressure.
yeah.
The pressure stays on.
Yeah,
Still
but now
flying.
hold this attitude and it'll lift off the water. Very nice.
All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so now let's just take a right and we'll sort of circle to the left around this island and head back the other direction.
All right. Back to 43.
This is an area we use to practice beaching. You can see that little
Oh yeah.
side there with all the geese and baby geese.
Alright, we're just headed back the way we were, I
Yep.
guess.
And if we're not staring into the sun so much we can't see, it gets you to do another splash and go.
Interesting. A little bit too close to the houses. There's give a little bump.
Yeah, we are a noisy little bird, so I try to spread the noise out, not go over one person's house over and over.
There's things coming back.
Okay.
Should I do another one that way?
Yeah, let's do it.
All
Water's wide open.
Back. 31, you said something like that.
Yeah. You just sort of, you can almost feel a change in the engine, how it's not, starts to grumble,
Yeah.
maybe a little drag. Yeah, there you go.
Come down to 65.
Yeah.
Just sitting down. I see a point roughly. Ground effects. They're just kind of idle-ish.
Just back it off 100 RPMs, just enough to hear the engine change. Yeah. Dude, that
Still
is
flying.
nice. Yeah.
And then keep the back pressure as I increase the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, back pressure stays on. Flying the alarms. Okay, keep the attitude. There we go.
That's fantastic, man.
Left a little bit.
Yeah, we go to the left to not buzz that kayaker, and then when we get to the island, we'll take a right and continue farther up the river there. Very nice.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Not that bad. Now that I understand the system.
Yeah. Now, there are lots of ways to make that more precise and come in steeper and lots of other techniques, but the simple wide open water landing is pretty straightforward.
Gotcha. We're headed that way.
Yep.
A little bit. Back that way, or
We'll head down this way.
a little power out? There we go. That would be.
Okay. So now we've got a significant amount of wind, a little more wind this way.
Yeah,
So try
good.
one straight ahead.
From right from here?
Yep, straight ahead. Or,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll go a little left.
that'll work.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, so it's like hold some down there. I feel like I can be a little bit more aggressive as well. Alright, there we go. Just kind of floating in. There it is.
Now you're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Increase the power back again. Just flying it. Back pressure's in. Okay, we get it.
Really nice.
Alright, I'm gonna head
So left and then a right turn around.
like left a little bit this way and
Yeah.
then back the other.
Yes, sir. Up there is where I like to do the confined water practice, but it's a little too fogged in for us this morning.
There's Pete's good altitude. Let's shoot down just a little bit. There's Pete back. Head back towards the
And
sun.
then we'll just go, yeah, plowing up. Let's go up near the dam, see if we can get into that area.
Gotcha. Alright, good. Yeah, good call. Oh, much better, thank God. Yeah, it makes sense. I just treat it like a no flapper, basically. and
Pretty
just-
much.
When she touches, touches.
We'll take a right turn here.
A little bit of extra power. There you go. Yeah, just falling all the way out, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. See that water open up over there?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose the thing that's most enjoyable about this so far is I can go completely off instruments for the most part, just seat of the pants,
Yep.
which I enjoy a lot of that too.
Yeah, just look outside, enjoy it. And then for me it was fun, and we're going that
Yeah.
way. For me it was fun because, all right, it's flying, but this is a whole new world of challenges that I can get better at. You know, I can practice now hitting a point of beam or using smaller and smaller bits of water
Right.
as my comfort level builds.
I'm gonna go kind of in between those two.
Yeah,
or-
that'll work.
Okay.
Maybe if
I
we
think
can,
split the boat.
yeah, just now take a right since we're past him, and there's a tiny little like hedge island or something out there.
Head towards that.
Yeah, that's where we'll go around the right side of that. You'll see the channel markers.
Sure. What the hell is that? That building?
Yeah,
Hotel or something?
I think so. Condos.
Alright, well, up doesn't look great, so I guess we'll stay right where we are. So it says 3 gallons. I don't believe it.
Right. Once you're airborne, this fuel the fuel gauge doesn't really mean much.
Gotcha.
That's why I keep the fuel tree. So I just set us to the left side now.
Gotcha.
Which means that we have 5 on the left still, because that's what we had, and we're probably down to 2 on the right.
Gotcha.
And we did that.
There's the island.
Yep. So actually going to the right there. Yep.
Okay, I see. We're good.
This would be glassy water if it wasn't for all the pollen laying all over.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Okay, so you'll see the water opens up a little bit more back here, but it is kind of a confined area. There are power lines way back in the terrain that way, but there are power lines to think about. And then you'll get a lot of fishing boats here in the morning, so be careful not to buzz any of them too hard. Yep. All right, so let's do a splash and go right straight ahead.
Another one?
Yep. And
full power.
Good. We have a boat powering this way, but it's fine. He's slowing down, and we won't stay on the water very long for this one. We'll just splash and go.
Okay, there it is. Easy, girl.
Nice, you're on.
Yeah,
power up. Yeah.
Easy enough.
And then you can do just a little rock to the right, and then
around there.
Yeah. But we want to keep climbing though to get over the terrain. It doesn't open up like it does in some other areas.
Just if there was full power, you get up there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she's dead. We're going over the top like that, and then on the other side?
You can just take a left turn here once you're clear of the terrain. Yeah, looking good. Keep it coming.
You want to go?
We're going to go back towards the lake. The airport is right over there, but I haven't heard anybody peeping this morning.
So you start to come back down now.
Yep. Now we can start descending back to the water.
There we go.
Yeah, you have to get that mindset that we're a slow little airplane.
Yeah.
All right, so this looks like a pretty good place to step taxi. So
To do what now?
we're going to do a step taxi here. So let's see. Well, let's go on down to the next one. It's going to be a little bit tight by the time I explain what we're going to do. So when we get around this next corner, I'm going to get you to do a normal landing.
Okay.
Right? But instead of powering up and taking off, we're going to power up just enough to stay on the water, and then we're going to be a boat for a while.
Okay.
The difficulty being that you just have to tell your brain to do whatever it takes with the ailerons to keep your wings level. Right? And then we are going to use our rudders to steer.
Oh, that's an eagle.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, so this, let's make sure that's not a whole bunch of fishing boats. We don't need to go up in the middle of those guys. Yeah, straight ahead here will work for us. So go ahead and do this landing.
Alright.
And once we get on the water, I'm going to be on the controls with you to help you out.
It's easily coming down. There's ground effect. Come on, girl. Give it to me. There we go.
Excellent. So now we're going to power up just a pinch.
Okay.
But not so much that we can take off. We're just going to power up and be a boat here.
Alright, so I'm keeping the back pressure. Am I fighting you on it?
Not that much, no.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go to the right just a little bit. So we're going to step on the right rudder gently, because, man, once it starts going, it'll go.
You're not kidding.
And then you have to counter steer with the left.
Gotcha.
All right?
So
And our goal here is we're going to, I don't want to go near whatever that battleship recreation thing happening is.
Right.
So we're going to go straight ahead here.
Gotcha.
Just keep being a boat. And then we're going to do a left turn.
Okay.
So you feel us getting off step a little bit there, so we have to add some power. Sorry, keep going straight ahead here for a while.
Oh, okay.
But once we get down here, we're going to do our left turn. Turn around and take off.
So left turn, you said?
Is what we're going to do down here.
Okay.
All right, so let's start left turn.
Okay.
And it's going to feel weird.
That is not right.
So we have to steer with the ailerons. We have to counter steer with the rudder. Here's some wake. We're going to bounce pretty hard.
That's okay. This is normal?
Yep.
That shit ain't
Right
right.
rudder. Right rudder. There you go. All right. Now we get enough room to take off, power up, and go.
Okay. I understand the taking off part, but that is not that shit is not right.
Yeah. Should be able to just pull back and open. All right.
Yeah, there we go. She let go.
Yep.
Yeah, I was fighting you on it the whole time because I'm like, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You want to go to the left side of this?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So just due to hydrodynamics and the hull design, as it begins to turn, it kind of digs in and it'll continue spooling up. So when you really get into a step turn, you have to use counter rudder to just maintain the amount of turn that you want.
So what's the real purpose to step taxiing? To
get other places.
Get places faster?
Yep. The other point would be for a confined area takeoff. Once you get used to the idea of being able to tight turn like that, you can get up to takeoff speed in a very small area,
right,
and then go.
That makes sense. Interesting.
All right, so let's see. We'll take this channel.
Yeah. We're doing time anyways. Oh yeah, we're good.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're starting to work our way home now.
Landing on the water. There she is. That's the rudder I wanted.
Okay, so let's do we're going to do a displacement landing.
Oh.
That's where we come to a full stop.
Okay, so straight ahead?
Well,
Or
I don't want to do it in the
avoid
channel.
pontoons?
Yeah. So let's do one straight ahead over here. There's no traffic.
Going that way or straight?
Yep, just straight ahead here.
Alright, that'll do it.
And the only difference here is that when we touch down, you're going to go to idle, and we're going to hold the nose up.
Come on. You can do it. Come on.
There we go. Now
We're
idle
just gonna
power.
Idle and hold the
And
nose
we're
right
just,
about there.
yeah, we're not going to try to pull it back, but we're just going to hold it up. And here, in a moment, we're going to lose the ability to steer.
Right.
And we're going to kind of blub and sink in.
Well, your description was correct. Blub.
All right, and now we get to open up the doors and touch the water, because why not?
That makes no sense.
Good. If you get a chance to touch the water, you got to touch the water. It's a rule.
So you can
Seaplane.
open it actually with this, or?
I've already opened this one, so you can open that one. Hello, water.
I'm not sure why we're doing this. Okay. So just kind of blub.
Yeah, pretty much.
Seemed to be right.
And so at this point, we are kind of, whatever the wind wants to do with us is what it's going to do. We do have some steering capability.
I guess if I throttled up, I would get
Exactly.
some
If you
back.
throttle up, you get a little bit. This would be called plow taxi because we're pushing water out of the way. It won't take long to overheat an engine when you are on plow taxi. So when you ask, what's the point of step taxi? The answer is that's really how we get places without burning up an engine.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to give it just enough to point back in the direction we want to go. We've got plenty of room to take off and no obstacles. You can be on the takeoff for me. I've found that it's just easier to show somebody a displacement takeoff than it is to try to describe it. There's going to be a whole lot of pulling back, pushing forward.
Gotcha.
All right, so we start all the way back. So that when we add power, we try not to push our nose underwater.
Gotcha.
And then once we start climbing up on step, I'm pushing forward to help it get on step. Then I got to pull back to stop it from oscillating. Then I gently let it forward, and we're just back on step to a normal takeoff.
Kind of feels purely seat of the pants.
It really is, man. All right, your controls?
All right,
yeah, it took me a while to get used to it. I was always behind, and it'll really get oscillating if you get out of sync with it.
Keep climbing up?
We can stay down here. Okay. We're going to do a couple more splashes before climbing up for Roanoke, and I like, when we're passing by the airport, I like to stay real low just in case somebody's in the pattern and not talking.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, you know what that feels like is a high crosswind soft field.
Yeah.
Like where you're having to really jockey this thing to make it work that day. That, you know, gusty. That's exactly what it feels like. So I guess we just keep on going.
Just keep on going. You should be getting close to that switchback area. Okay, see your channel marker up here. Yeah. We'll go on the left side, but we'll take a pretty good right and then a pretty good left.
That's basically that way or this way?
It's that way.
Oh, okay. I see. Little fishing boat. Come around. Put them on power. Out of the way,
and it'll open up here to your left.
There we go. Very, very strange.
All right, so you see this orange channel marker?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to land a beam that, not at it, but like 100 feet left of it.
All right.
But that'll be one of the challenges you work on, is you still want to be able to do spot landings.
100 feet left.
Yeah, this is great. Just try to land right there when that's off your right wing.
Give it to me. That, there we go.
All right, nice. Let's power up and go. Excellent. We'll level off, stay low, going down through here. Just out in the middle of the water, trying to gently wake these nice people.
Yeah. Water plop down. I'm like,
Yeah, and there are techniques for rough water entry that involve that, getting real slow, so you can touch down as slow as possible and kind of a nose up attitude.
Gotcha. Straight down that way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess the most interesting part is navigation and not knowing exactly where turns are and how much space you actually have.
Yep. So we're always thinking bailout plan.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like when we're flying around in our other airplanes. All right, if you had an engine failure right now, where are you going? We're here. It's okay if an obstacle pops up right now. Where are you going?
Gotcha. But then again, I think even with this plane, this speed, I think realistically, you could probably hit the water pretty good and still
Oh,
more
yeah.
or less survive.
Oh, easily, yeah. I mean, you can, all right, so see the bridge up there and that whatever hotel thing is? Aim at that hotel for me.
At the hotel.
Yeah. So just as an example, and I won't surprise you with it, but if we lost our engine right now, right?
Okay.
Power back, you see how the nose pitches up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Land straight ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna land straight ahead there. Got plenty of energy. Touchdown. Alright, so we're going to step taxi.
Okay.
As a challenge here. And I'm gonna try to let
you're
off.
doing it.
Yeah, and I want to try to pass more and more of that off to you as we go up here. So, yeah, you're pretty much doing it all. You just see as the airplane turns and wants to bank over, you got to make sure that, yeah, there you go. Nice.
A little right, okay, I think I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
You want to go over to the right now?
Yeah, let's go to the right.
So to the right gently.
Yeah.
Lead left aileron just a bit.
Yeah.
A little more power. You want to take off from here?
Nope, we're actually going to step taxi on the bridge.
What? No what? Okay.
Yeah. You're not allowed to fly under bridges, Tom, but if you're a boat, you can boat under bridges.
Okay.
And you can tell as our water gets smoother and smoother, we're getting more hydrodynamic drag.
Yeah.
And then as we get to these ripples, we get less, so the airplane accelerates with the same amount of power. Yeah, we're just going to be real smooth. Go right under that center area. I got no boats, no wakes, no obstacles. We're looking good.
Makes absolutely no sense.
All right, a little bit of left rudder here to stay under the middle. Excellent. Yeah, really good, man. All right, if you're clear ahead, let's power up and go.
Straighten out a little bit. Yes. All right, there we go. All right, here's the power. Block pressure nose. She should go eventually. Today. 3 to 5 business days. There you go. I felt it. There she is.
Excellent. All right, real good. Then just let's climb sort of up and left. Yeah, on this heading. Well, it was water landing. What do you think?
It's interesting. It's all smooth. Obviously, there's nothing on the terrain to bump you, so that's kind of cool. I mean, at least for a smooth water.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's do our after water landing check. You can turn the landing light off. You can turn the bilge pump off. Bilge pump off. After
That's
water
it.
landing check complete. All right.
Climb. So you said about 5,000 earlier?
Well, just
Or
full
just run
power,
at max.
full power in your climb,
Gotcha.
and climb out about 70, 75 knots, and we'll start
Making
making plans to go to Roanoke.
That way. Yeah.